So I've read some stories about people who say they've seen aliens. So I'm going to give you a version of the way I think it would go down. Version hypothetical scenario. So imagine walking across your living room. Windows are open. It's night, late. Walking across your living room, you look up out the window like you always do. You're just a person, just likes looking out the window when you get a chance. Look out the window that time, and you see one of those 9-foot tall grays, kind of standing, like here's the glass and it's standing sideways like that, kind of like the glass is here, maybe looking at you like that, and you know, you manage to get about, I don't know, from the window, let's say 8 feet, and you catch eyesight with it, and you look in its eyes and you think, that looks scary. I'm not sure, but it looks scary. And you look in its eye and you think, this thing's going to cut me into a million pieces, put me back together, and I would never even know it happened. It's got this like really serious look on its face, you know, like, I mean, like if you could interpret the way it was looking at you, you would say, this thing's not fucking around. So you turn away from the window, start walking, and you say to yourself, I really don't want to turn around and look out the window again, but I'm going to. Turn around, and you look, and there's, let's say, like a 6-foot tall reptilian boy, about 14 years old, and you're looking at him, and you think, he looks really intimidating, and that nose is not helping him out, and you look at the ground, look back up at the 6-foot tall, 14-year-old reptilian, and he has a white t-shirt on. And you think to yourself, oh, he doesn't look so threatening now. And then he smiles at you. And you just kind of look at him with a blank face, and you think to yourself, in the situation you're in, I think I am the monkey in the cage at the zoo. And they're looking in its habitat. And you turn around, you need to find a chair at that point. And you sit down and you go, what the fuck? Man, I'm hearing about these 9-foot tall grays. And you hear about these reptilians, and you hear about their noses, and they're supposed to be these vile, disgusting reptilians. But you say, no, their noses aren't that bad. You know, you say because you thought the nose wasn't helping him out and he looked intimidating when you first looked at him, could see why people might say something about the noses, but you see, I think you would realize at that point that humans have a way of things that they want to talk shit about for whatever reason, making it sound a lot worse than it is. And then at that point you'd probably say, well, okay, so they can supposedly make you see stuff, and you had a white t-shirt on, and you look back up. What is it about the clothes that makes things not look intimidating? And why, if you were in that situation, and you're going to insult a telepathic being, I imagine at that point you'd probably feel pretty small and be like, man, I wish I could do that over again. I thought about his nose, and I can understand the intimidation part, but you actually thought some shit about his nose. And you'd say to yourself, well, that was an interesting experience, and I insulted a 14-year-old kid. Really pulling for the human species. Really making them look good. And then you just forget about it and go on with your life, and you say to yourself, I've always been afraid to go in the woods at night, and you sat there and you watched all the ancient alien shows, and you say to yourself, well, why should I be afraid of anything? If why didn't they take it past the window in that situation? So why should I be afraid to go camping or whatever? Then you sit back and you evaluate what you thought you knew, and come to a new framework. And just go about your life. That's what I imagine an interaction like that might be. I've read a lot about them.